Hey everybody, Jeremy here, continuing my reviews of the Marvel Legends What If figures. Now, this was one I was surprised to get as quickly as I did. Now this is Heist Nebula, which I think is probably one of the more difficult figures to get. Can't really find them anywhere, but I managed to find this, of all places, on Walmart.com, shipped and sold by Walmart. So if you're having a little bit of trouble finding this figure, check out Walmart.com. You might get lucky. All right, so I'm reviewing all these so I can build the Build-A-Figure, which is the Watcher. As usual, turn it on the back so you can see all the figures that you need to build the Watcher. And right now, some of the more difficult ones to pick up is going to be the Heist Nebula and the Doctor Strange Supreme. Maybe Sylvie, maybe. But I'm very happy I was able to find this from Walmart. Standard price around 23 bucks or something like that. But yeah, she's a part of the show. So let's open her up, take a look at it. Heist Nebula, which I think is one of the most difficult figures to get in this line right now. And she's arguably the most important because she has the most Build-A-Figure parts, and she has the parts that you need to connect the arms and the legs and the head, making up the core of the Watcher. So this is definitely one that you want to look out for, and if you see it in the wild and you want to get it, do it, don't wait. But anyway, her as a regular figure, she looks fine, but you know, there's not anything particularly special about her. She's unique in the way that we're used to seeing Nebula is kind of like half robot, sort of. But she just looks completely normal in this universe where this Nebula comes from. She even has a head full of blonde hair. So also, while we're on the subject of the hair, you can see that it's kind of covering up her eye a little bit. But you can, if you wanted to move that back, you can see that there is a full face sculpted under that. So, you know, they're not hiding half of the work or a fraction of the work. Hair is actually covering up the actual face. So she has two eyes. So just looking at her getup here, you know, really plain blue skin, purple outfit, and then we just have a little bit of kind of like a darkish black color for her waist here and down here on her boots. For accessories, she comes with some interchangeable hands, open palm hands over here, and a open hand with a trigger finger right there. And it's the same thing for the hands that she comes with. You know, you got the trigger finger hand, and then you have the fist right here. One thing that I do want to point out is that she does come with a gun, with a weapon. And I love the fact that the hand is sculpted in such a way so that when she's holding the weapon, it really looks like her trigger finger is, well, right over the trigger. And I like that when figures do that, and it slips in there very nicely, and it doesn't come off as, you know, you're kind of forcing it, and it just doesn't look realistic, you know, if you will. So I like the fact that the hand is proportioned nicely so that she can wrap her fingers around that gun. And then for her belt here, the holster, you can see that it's pretty loose. It's not going to come off because it gets caught right here where the cut is, and it's not going to slide downward, but it is on the loosey-goosey side. No big deal. Taking a look at this gun, it's that same kind of darkish, brownish, blackish color. That's same thing on her boots and the same thing that's on her waistband here. Not a lot of detail in this gun, but it is a gun. So, you know, it is what it is. Here's what she looks like on the back. Kind of plain, pretty plain. Yep. And now, her movement. How does she move? Well, one thing that I was kind of disappointed with is that she has a single jointed elbow. I would have liked for her to have a double jointed elbow, since most figures in Marvel Legends seem to have a double jointed elbow, but she just has a single jointed one. But the movement that we get is still enough to bring the arms across the chest, which is what I like in figures. And a lot of flexibility in the legs because there isn't anything blocking it. Fortunately, she does have double jointed knees right there. And of course, the ankle pivot that swivels 360 degrees. But the one thing about the feet is it does have the toe articulation so that you can bring that up. But when you do, just kind of look at what it does on the back where the heel is. At first I thought I had broken it because it just looks like it's disconnected, but it's not. It's the way that it's supposed to look, but it's just, you know, aesthetically not very pleasing when you do that. But as you can see, I was messing around with her and I still got her to stand up pretty easily. So good on them for that. I do love a figure that can stand up pretty good on its own. You're not going to be able to lift her head up much because her hair is going to be blocking it. You can look down about that much, which is, you know, good, but, you know, not great. Left and right, of course you can. Tilting, rocking the head, rocking head action. And then, of course, you got that swivel right there, right above the abdomen for turning left, right, front, back, side to side, you know. And look at that, she's still standing up, you know, good stuff there. And yeah, let's move these arms up just for the sake of moving the arms up. You know, so if it were up to me, I would prefer the Nebula that's bald with the cybernetic parts because that's just kind of more of what I'm into. But it was nice to see a different version of her in the show, and that's really what's going to propel this. If you want to get this figure and you don't care about the Build-A-Figure, you know, maybe this particular version of Nebula really got to you in the What If show, and maybe this is the Nebula that you prefer. She's not a bad figure by any means. You know, it's just better options out there. If you wanted to get different figures, you know, you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, or you want to be selective about what you get, you know, it's just fine. It's fine. It's not bad. It's not amazing. It's just fine. All right. So I think that's the best way that I can put it. So now that we have Nebula down, we have one more figure to review, and that's going to be Sylvie, and then we'll get to the Build-A-Figure, which is the Watcher. It's coming up real soon. Stay tuned for that, and thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see the previous review videos that I've done on Doctor Strange Supreme, Zombie Hunter Spider-Man, Captain Carter, and T'Challa Star-Lord, I'm going to leave links in the description to all of those so that you can see them. So let's get ready for the next review. As you can see, I'm wearing the same shirt in all of them, knocking them out. So thank you so much for watching. Till next time, I'm Jeremy. Talk to you later.